and to his disciples.
The teachers of the law and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, he said.
So you must obey them. Do everything they tell you, but don't do what they do. They don't practice what they preach.
It's you, Dad.
They load you with impossible demands that they themselves don't even try to keep. That you
But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make for their lyrics and enlarge the borders of their garments. And this is Jesus talking, so if you had a red lettered edition, you'd know that, because every time Jesus talks, that's a red lettered edition. Okay, the youngest, number 6.
They love to sit down in the place of honor at dinners. They also love to have the most important seats in the synagogues.
They love to be greeted in marketplaces. They love it when people call them rabbi.
But you shouldn't be called rabbi. You have only the master, and you are all brothers.
what verse?
9.
And don't address anyone here on earth as Father, for only God in heaven should be addressed like that.
Verse 10, neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ.
The most important person among you will be your servant.
Anyone who lifts himself up will be brought down, and anyone who is brought down will be lifted up.
How terrible it would be for you teachers of the law and Pharisees, you pretenders, you shut the kingdom of heaven in people's faces, and yourself do not enter, and you will not let those enter who are trying to
I got you, Dad.
What verse?
15.
15. I'm going to read 14 to 15. Woe, because this will make more sense. Woe to you, Pharisees, and you other religious leaders, hypocrites, for you won't let others enter the kingdom of heaven and won't go in yourselves. And you pretend to be holy with all your long public prayers in the streets while you are evicting widows from their homes. Hypocrites. Yes, woe upon you, hypocrites, for you go all lengths to make one convert and then turn him into twice the son of hell you are yourselves. Verse.
You read one extra?
Yeah, I think you're in verse 16 now.
Okay, woe unto you, you blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor.
17.
You are blind and foolish. Which is more important? Is it the gold or is the temple that makes the gold holy?
You also say, if anyone takes an oath in the name of the altar, it means nothing. But anyone who takes an oath in the name of the gift on it, you must keep the oath.
You blind men, which is more important? Is it the gift or is it the altar that makes the gift holy?
20.
Whosoever go ahead, John.
When you swear by the temple, you are swearing by it and by God who lives in it.
And whoso sweareth by the temple, swear it by it, and by him that dwelleth therein.
And anyone who takes an oath in the name of heaven takes an oath in the name of God's throne and the one who sits on it.
How terrible for you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you pretenders! You give God a tenth of your spices like mint, dill, and cumin, but you.
Cumin.
I know, I lost my place. But you have not practiced the more. Stop laughing, Gabe. But you have not practiced the more important things of the law, like the fairness, mercy, and faithfulness. Stop. You should have practiced. Practice the last things without failing to do the first.
This one? 24? You blind guides, you remove the smallest.
Turn it towards him so I can read it.
You blind guides, you remove the smallest insect from your food, but you swallow whole camel.
Woe to you, Pharisees, and you religious leaders, hypocrites you are! So careful to polish the outside of the cup, but the inside is foul with extortion and greed.
Thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also.
How terrible for you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you pretenders! You are like tombs that are painted white. They look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside they are full of bones of the dead. They are also full of other things that are not pure and clean.
20. It is the same. Is the same with you. On the outside, you seem to be doing what is right, but on the inside, you are full of what is wrong. You pretend to be what you are not.
How terrible for you, teachers of the law, you Pharisees, you pretenders, you build tombs for the prophets, you desecrate the graves of the holy, godly. Sorry.
What verse are we on now?
30?
30.
Okay. Yes, woe you, Pharisees, and you religious leaders, you are like beautiful mausoleums, full of dead men bones and of foulness and corruption. You try to look like saintly men, but underneath those porous robes of yours are hearts blemished with every sort of hypocrisy and sin. Oh, wait a minute. I think I.
Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
So finish the sins that those who lived before you started.
You nest of the poisonous snakes. How will you escape from being sentenced to hell?
So I am sending you prophets, wise men, the teachers. You will kill some of them. You will nail some to a cross. Others you will whip in your
Synagogues, I think.
synagogues. You will chase them from town to town.
What verse?
33, I think.
35.
Oh,
35? 35. So that you will become guilty of all the blood of murdered godly men, from righteous Abel to Zechariah, son of Barakah, slain by you in the temple between the altar and the sanctuary. Verse 36, Dad.
Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem, You kill the prophets and throw stones in order to kill those who are sent to you. Many times I have wanted to gather your people together. I have wanted to be like a hen who gathers her chicks under her wings, but you would not let me.
Look, your house is left empty.
I tell you, you will not see them again until you blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.
Okay, now to the Old Testament,
Amen.
guys.
Amen. Okay, Old Testament.